In many areas of the eastern United States, wild boars are no longer quiet visitors emerging from deep forests. They move in herds, repeating the same routes night after night, damaging farmland and disrupting entire ecosystems. When their numbers are counted not as individuals but as whole groups, allowing nature to regulate itself is no longer a practical option. Farmers are forced to adopt a more proactive approach, not through confrontation, but through understanding behavior. After weeks of monitoring, a key factor gradually emerged and every detail began to connect. Wild boars do not move randomly. They appear at nearly fixed hours during the night, follow established trails, and avoid open areas whenever possible. More importantly, the herd consistently pauses at specific locations, not because there is more food, but because these are decision points where they assess risk before moving forward. According to their survival logic, routes proven safe rarely change unless a strong disruption forces an adjustment. From these observations, in certain areas, control teams deployed rectangular steel trap systems. These traps were placed directly along mandatory movement corridors, the paths the wild boar herds had followed for weeks, sometimes months. There were no sound attractants, only food bait, and no other stimuli. Wild boars entered the traps simply because they were doing what they did every night. Field results showed this method to be highly effective. In some cases, the retention rate even surpassed traditional baited traps, precisely because the animals did not recognize any change until they were already inside. In other locations, one-way door cage traps were used as an upgraded solution. The design appeared simple but was built on precise knowledge of the boar's anatomy and movement patterns. When the herd moved inside, the rear door closed automatically. Due to their heavy body structure and weight, turning around and escaping was nearly impossible. More importantly, this mechanism avoided sudden force, reducing stress and minimizing unnecessary injury. The system did not rely on violence. It operated based on mass, momentum, and the natural forward-moving tendency of the herd. In densely populated areas, more sophisticated systems were implemented. Here, the bait point also functioned as a triggering mechanism. When an entire herd lowered their heads to feed, the system responded almost instantly. The trap door dropped at the precise moment, ensuring the entire group was inside before closure. This behavior-based trigger improved accuracy and prevented premature closure before enough animals entered. At this stage, bait was no longer merely an attractant. It became a carefully calculated timing switch. The most significant shift in modern strategies lies in remote control capability. Through cameras and triggering devices, operators could monitor the herd in real time. Instead of activating the trap when the first animal entered, they could wait until the desired number was present, or activate multiple traps simultaneously at different locations. This approach significantly improved overall efficiency while reducing manpower, saving time, and limiting direct risk. Technology does not replace humans. It helps them avoid danger and make more accurate decisions. The wild boar issue in the United States is not a battle between humans and nature, but an ecological management challenge. When behavior is properly understood and predicted, control no longer depends on conflict, but on guidance and adjustment. These intelligent trapping systems are not designed to eliminate nature, but to restore the balance that once existed. If you are interested in sustainable ecological management solutions and control strategies like these, do not forget to like and subscribe to follow the next stories.
Hot. What is unfolding is a quiet yet troubling shift across the entire region. Wild boars are not appearing at random. They are arriving from multiple directions at once, as if this whole landscape has already been etched into their movement map. Fresh tracks sink deep into the damp soil. Heavy footsteps echo close to residential fences, repeating night after night. The most frightening aspect is not their numbers, but the sense that the boundary of safety is slowly eroding. When a threat presses so close to living spaces, any impulsive reaction becomes dangerous. Chasing or confronting them directly at this stage solves nothing. It only increases the risk to both people and livestock. That is why a different option is chosen, not hasty action, but calculated control. Instead of reacting on instinct, the area is clearly segmented. Movement corridors are identified. Familiar crossing points used by the herds are marked. Humans step back, leaving the most dangerous part to the system. Control tools are not deployed to catch as many as possible, but to slow movement, guide direction, and keep the situation within manageable limits. The operation does not begin with noise, but with silence. Along the forest edge, where old trails crisscross like a web, suspended traps are discreetly installed. They are not meant to hold the entire herd. They function as invisible signals, forcing the boars to adjust their pace. Once triggered, the herd is compelled to slow down, change direction, and reveal the main route they are using. In the low-lying areas, where wild boars often split into small groups to forage quickly, traditional corral traps form enclosed zones. Their task is not to end the situation entirely, but to keep smaller groups in place. Immediate pressure is reduced. The land is no longer constantly churned up. Damage does not continue to spread. Closest to residential areas, the most sensitive zone, a remotely controlled smart corral trap is placed at a central point. Discreet and difficult to detect, it serves as the final lock. Every movement path must pass through this area before reaching human living space. This is a point that requires no direct human approach, even in low light or limited visibility. As dusk falls, the first signal appears from the forest edge. A suspended trap is triggered. There is no chaos. No loud noise. But the signal confirms one crucial fact: the herd is moving exactly as predicted. The forward scouting group is slowed, causing the herd behind it to split and hesitate. From that moment on, the entire system comes into operation. Without this initial layer of control, the herd could have reached residential areas in a very short time. In the low fields, corral traps begin to take effect. Several small groups are held in place. Pressure decreases noticeably. But as numbers increase, the limits of each tool gradually become apparent.
One more time. Ooh, smashing it.
No one rushes to intervene further. Everyone understands that no single measure can control the entire situation. The most important piece has not yet been deployed. Detection devices register movement at the intersections of multiple routes. The boars grow more cautious, more alert, yet they continue into the prepared zone. At that moment, the smart corral trap is activated remotely. There is no panic. No spread. Within a short time, the main group is contained. Most importantly, no one has to approach directly under unsafe conditions. At this stage, the trap is no longer merely a control tool. It becomes the final layer of protection for the community.
Right.
The following morning, the fields show no new signs of destruction. The situation concludes not through confrontation or force, but through an understanding of behavior, planned control, and responsible intervention.
Talk to him.
In wild boar management, sustainable solutions do not come from humans standing face to face with nature. They come from knowing when to step back and allowing systems to handle the most dangerous tasks.
This is what we're dealing with.